one would actually argue and say that wearing your natural hair out is childish because you're going to look like you don't have money. You don't wear extensions in prison. Come on, you wear your natural hair in prison.
Most men do not like curly hair. They like long, loose waves or straight. Curly hair is too big. It's too much. It takes away from your beauty. If you spent an hour in the mirror, do your makeup, and then you have this massive curliness going on, they're not going to see none of this. All they're going to see is this. That's all they're going to see, the hair. This is all they're going to see. All they're going to see is your hair. They're not going to be focused on you. Okay. So the hair should be simple and sleek. Men with money want you to fit into their environment, and big curls and braids don't fit in. That's just how it is. I know people are proud of their hair. It's long. It's natural. Yes. I don't want to damage it. Of course you don't. That's why you buy a wig. That way, when you're done with that date, you can take it right on off and go back to who you are. I'm wearing a wig right now. Yes. And when I'm done, I'll take it right off. Well, this is my hair, and then this is the wig back here. You see, you can do a half wig. You can get a wig the same texture as your hair, pull some out in the front, make it a half wig, and look natural.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Muna and I hope your day is going well. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about some pressing issues. These are not new issues actually. They are just issues that have been reoccurring. In my opinion, they've been reoccurring, and obviously I've been coming across some videos. Even in my daily life, my everyday life, I've come across some things that just helps me conclude on today's topic. I'm not too sure about today's topic because it's going to be all over the place, but it's kind of going to be an extension on the last video I made. I'll put it here. Yeah, the video I made why I stopped wearing wigs. So this is kind of like an extension on the topic or what I was talking about in that video. First thing I wanted to talk about is the fact that natural hair is childish. Now, hold on. I'm wearing my natural hair out, obviously. I wear my natural hair out all the time, and I obviously don't agree with that statement. However, from an alien standpoint, or from a societal standpoint, or from what I've seen with our society and what our society deems important, or what our society values in terms of hair, one would actually argue and say that wearing your natural hair out is childish for so many reasons. So I just wanted to preference by saying that I know that some people think hair is not that deep, of which it's not to an extent. It's just hair. It grows when you cut it off. It's not that deep. But at the same time, for a black person like me, hair is deep. Okay, we have a long history that I myself don't even know the whole thing, or I don't even know the complete history on hair. And I know that hair is such a deep topic that I'm even yet to understand, even if I do understand something. So while there are some people that are going to argue again that hair is not that deep, it is actually deep. And these topics or these conversations need to be had because we, no matter how developed we are or we think we are still lacking in some aspects of life. And that also has to do with hair. I didn't necessarily sit down to observe them on purpose. It's everywhere in your face. Like it's everywhere in the media. It's in your face every day. So these are just experiences from my point of view and from other people's point of view and what other people are prioritizing in terms of hair. So while I say it's not that deep, you really look to understand how hair is, and if you really study or observe what goes on around you, you'll understand that not only does our hair, I mean black hair, goes way back to the times of slavery, it's also something that has affected us trauma-wise. We associate hair to self-esteem, subconsciously or consciously or unconsciously. These are conversations that we need to have. Like I said, you see how these things affect our self-esteem and how we are prone to low self-esteem when it comes to our hair in general. The reason why I say this is because I've come across a couple of videos on the internet. There's this creator on TikTok that talks about rappers and how beautiful their natural hair is. He puts a rapper, specifically rappers, their natural hair side by side with them wearing wigs and realize that natural hair is actually quite beautiful.
First we got Lotto. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't even know Lotto hair was this long. Her hair low key thorough. This her hair when it's straight on bro. Yeah, she got inches. And this Lotto with a wig. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like she don't even wear wigs that much. Next we got Cardi B. This Cardi B natural hair. Cardi B hair low key long too. I thought her shit was short because last time I seen her before the fame, that shit looked like mine. But this her with a wig. Y'all let me know what y'all prefer better, her wig or her natural hair on, bro. Last we got Megan. This Megan Thee Stallion here without a wig on, bro. Her natural hair low key long too. I ain't know she had long hair. All these females low key be having long hair with their natural hair, and I ain't even peep. But this her hair with a wig. I couldn't find that many pictures of her with a wig because I guess she wear a lot of natural. But gentlemen, y'all let me know. Do y'all like y'all girls better with wigs or with their natural hair? Not seeing y'all in the comments on my last video talking all that stuff about how I was downgrading females about their natural hair. I'm spreading all type of positivity about their natural hair and just showing off that they got actual long natural hair. That's y'all in the comments throwing all that shade talking about I'm downplaying they natural hair because I'm posting their natural hair. If you ask me, that's y'all throwing the shade, and most of the people that saying that don't got hair. So I wonder if that's the reason that, I wonder if that's the reason. Y'all let me know what y'all think.
These are the things that we see always in the mainstream. They're always in the media of a very popular rapper, very popular rappers wearing bust down wigs or Caucasian hair. Not necessarily our kind of hair. Even if they are wearing wigs, it's not hair that kinds of imitate their hair. It's hair from a different race, which is deemed normal in our society, if we're being honest. These are things that people want to be subconsciously look at the media and imitate what is being presented to us or what is being fed to us in the media. So I'm not necessarily going to blame them, or I'm not going to come here and shit on them and be like, oh, they should be wearing their natural hair. Da, 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 da. Literally, most of my friends wear wigs. I wore wigs at some point. Doesn't mean our siblings wear wigs. So it's not something I'm coming here to alienate, if that's the correct English. But I'm just here to shed more light on this topic and actually ask ourselves why these things happen the way they happen. You know what I mean? Rappers, to be very specific, even if every other person in the industry, rappers, singers, but specifically rappers, specifically black rappers, female black rappers are the ones that actually help push this agenda of bust down and bigs in general. So it's just something to really look into and really have discussions on why we as a society don't deem our hair not childish. Because what's something that would actually classify you as a bad bee, a bust down wig? What's the opposite of that? Your natural curly hair. That's the truth. So I just want to understand that. While I was watching that TikTok, again, I came across the TikTok. It's not like I decided to go search on it. I came across it and I was like, this is actually quite interesting. Why are wigs not a second choice or an option? Or when you just want to put your natural hair away, why is our hair so alienated? And why is it that the mature thing to do when you get to a certain age or when you get to a certain stage in life is to get the most expensive straight bone straight? It's just something that I've been pondering and I just thought to talk to you about. It's a conversation, we can engage in it. So yeah, why does it happen the way it happens? So while we're on this topic, let's start from the beginning of where everything originated from. So let's start from the beginning. The rappers didn't just come here and say, hey, let's just wear a bust down wig today and let's make that the most popular thing ever. No, that's not where it started from. Let me use my childhood for example. I was born and brought up in Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria to be precise. I can't really remember too much about my adolescence. To be very honest, I didn't really care so much. I didn't really look into what people were wearing at the time on their hair. I'll use my mom as an example because she was the closest thing to what I saw other people do outside my home. So my mom was relaxed, obviously, and she did a lot of roller sets. I think it was called no, it's not wash and go. Wash and set. Yes. So she did a lot of that. She did braids, obviously. And then I didn't really experience her wearing wigs, if that makes any sense. So the topic of wigs, I guess, came later on, or my mom just didn't care about wigs, but that's by the way. So I don't really remember so much about my adolescence. I know that I was a kid, and I thank God for that. I carried my natural hair to an extent because as a kid from say age 1 to 6, your hair isn't really a problem, or it's not really as thick as it will be when you get to a certain age. So I was really a kid. I did the whole pack my hair into two with ribbons, all of that. I'm glad I actually did. When I look back at pictures, I'm like, okay, yeah, thank God I was actually a kid and nobody was throwing a bust down wig on my hair while I was 5 years old, but that's by the way. So let's fast forward to the age of 6 to 10. So that's my primary school. From ages 5 to 10, I think that's where your formative years are. Formative years in terms of school. So I'm done with kindergarten and nursery school. So this is primary school. We are literally growing up. Obviously, I don't know the exact point where I got my hair relaxed or where my mom relaxed my hair because my mom was in charge of my hair. Nobody's in charge of their hair at the age of 5. I don't know the exact point where my mom relaxed my hair, but yeah, of course my hair was relaxed, my sister's hair was relaxed, so we're relaxed kids. We didn't grow up knowing anything natural hair, we didn't really care. Again, it was not that deep for us, but what's so interesting about these formative years is the fact that during things like Christmas or our end of the year parties, we weren't exactly wearing our hair out. These are important things, end of the year party or Christmas party. The thing to do wasn't to wear your hair out. Nobody is thinking, oh, I'm going to wear my hair out throughout school period. And then when it's time for a party, I'm going to wear my hair out again. No, nobody did that. It was like a no brainer. Like, you're not supposed to do that. What are you trying to do? Like, you're going to stand out. You're going to look like you don't have money. No, and it's not even the people that are putting extensions on their hair are rich. It's just what it is. Like, you're going to just look out of place. And nobody even thought about the fact that, oh, it's possible for some people to actually wear their hair out. It was never, it was not a thing for you to wear your hair out during Christmas party. No, even you as a kid would cry to your mom that you want to do your hair or you want to add extensions to your hair, which is also funny because another reason why natural hair is said to be childish is because as a child, your natural hair was the only thing you could wear to classify you being a child. While I was in primary school, even down to secondary school, the only type of hair we were allowed to do was hair with just our natural hair, which is good to an extent. And it's also bad because the line between being a child and being an adult was your hair, like the kind of hair that you're wearing as a child or as an adult, even if it's the hair that is growing out of your roots. So it's kind of like the acceptable thing to do or the acceptable hair to wear as a child was your natural hair, which is good. It's teaching you to love your hair. But in that same breath, it's also teaching you that when you grow up and you wear your natural hair out, you are classified as a child. So it's not allowed for you to wear your hair out as a grown up. It's this unspoken rule that I don't know who came up with, but the way we've operated over time just spells out the fact that you shouldn't be on your natural hair as an adult because you just be looked down on. It's not a conscious thing, it's just something that we've grown to do as a society because it really started from our childhood of wearing our natural hair only to school and to class, and then during parties and serious functions you'd have to put an extension as something serious, so which means that for every regular thing your natural hair is okay, but for serious things put an extension so that you look prettier.
And there's this whole battle, natural hair versus wigs or weaves. What's your take on it?
Your natural hair is good for church programs. Your natural hair is good for when you want to pick your kids at school.
Oh, wow.
Don't bring your natural hair to my event. I have natural hair, but I'm wearing a wig. But I don't have to. I can wear my natural hair if I want to go out. If I'm going to the beach, I can wear my natural hair. It's good for the beach. If I'm going to church, it's okay. Do you get what I'm saying? If I'm going to pick maybe going to play with my niece, it's cool. If I'm in my house, it's okay. But why would I want to wear a nice ass dress, expensive dress, expensive heels? At least I'll do ponytail. At least. Like,
because on Christmas parties you want to look prettier, on prize giving days you want to look prettier, so it's okay to put an extension. I don't know what you guys think about this. It's just something to really look into and really talk about because it's really funny and it's really something. Fast forward to after primary school, and at this point the secondary school I went to made all of us cut our hair, which to an extent I understand why a school would decide that every student should go on lookout. Like, I understand to an extent, but what I did not understand is why, as a Nigerian girl in Nigeria, I'm following the rules that the school gave, But then a white person comes to the school. You came to a school where every girl is supposed to be on lookout, and then they let her off the hook. Reason being that she's white and her hair is way longer than ours. Do you see where this discrimination starts from? Because till today, this thing still haunts me, and I can't even lie. It's really painful because tell me why somebody with Caucasian hair, aka the wigs that we wear today, or the wigs that the rest of the people wear today, is being praised. It started from these little things of letting a person that has the desired type of hair not to obey the rules. Like it's okay for you not to obey the rules because you have the acceptable type of hair. You know what I mean? So that was kind of a contribution to what we are seeing now in society when it comes to hair, and how your natural hair is childish and the other person that wears their Caucasian hair is acceptable. And before anyone tries to come for me in the comments, can I just preference this by saying that I'm aware that what I'm saying applies to every other thing in life. Like, I mean that there are some things that have been normalized but are not normal. There are so many things that we're doing aside in the topic of hair that have been normalized but not normal. I'm wearing contact lens, for instance, and I know some people were picking on that in that last video, saying something along the line of we are wearing wigs, or I'm preaching against wearing wigs, but I'm wearing another color of eyes. But even if that's for my eye problem, but that's by the way. If I had a chance, I would not wear contact lens, to be very honest. But that's not the purpose of this video. I'm sticking on the topic of hair. I'm not demonizing, or I'm not trying to bash people that wear wigs or people that wear extensions that don't match our hair type. I'm just simply having a discussion, an open discussion, or as to why or how this whole thing came about, or why it's being normalized for us not to wear our natural hair out, despite the ongoing conversation or the normal reason being that natural hair is hard to maintain, or for some people they just don't like the natural hair, and that's the truth. And that's okay, to be very honest, but it's just a deep dive. Again, this is not something that just started out of the blue. Things like this, things like letting somebody that is of different hair type off the hook for a rule that the whole school was following, the whole school that was black, by the way. It's really painful if you're being honest, but this is something that played on up till now. This situation was about 10, 15 years ago, but somehow we're still living in that reality. And I'm pretty sure that in a secondary school right now that has a rule where every person is to go on lookout. I'm pretty sure that if somebody that has the acceptable hair type or the superior hair type in this situation comes into that school, I'm pretty sure that that person will be let off the hook, because that's just the society we are in right now. And we can't point fingers and say this is who caused it, or it's just something that kept brewing. I don't think we fought it early on, or we are not fighting it as hard as we should. I don't know, and really understand why these things happen the way they happen. Aside hair, this has been stretched on to different spheres of our lives. If you really look at how we've been over the years, you find out that everything is dated back to slavery. Fast forward to senior secondary school, right? We are about to graduate from senior secondary school, aka high school, and everyone is brewing to go to university, and university is, that next step that everybody is looking forward to experiencing, because it's a sign that you've finished a phase in your life and you're on to the next one. It's also a sign that you've grown up. Finishing a phase in life could also equate to growing up in that situation. So we're in secondary school, and I remember thinking to myself, or even saying out loud while in secondary school, SS3, because after that is university and we can do what we want to do. I remember saying out loud, saying something along the line of, after secondary school, I don't think I'm ever going to do cornrows again. Because, like I said, going back to primary school and how the childish hair, that's our natural hair, was just what was acceptable in a normal setting. So secondary school was the normal setting, or a representation of the normal setting, or the at-home lounging school. Nobody is trying to look too cute in school. Fast forward to our prom, where we had the liberty to do anything we wanted to do with our hair. I kid you not that nobody, including me, came to prom with their natural hair, because it was just not, it wasn't expected. It wasn't something that was normal. It was normalized. Oh, I remember someone that gave me a natural hair actually. It was Kilichi. But that's by the way. The fact is that it wasn't normalized to wear out your natural hair for serious occasions like end of the year party or like the service or prom. It wasn't something that anybody was looking forward to. Matter of fact, our secondary school, aka our boarding house, was the prison. So you don't wear extensions in prison. Come on, you wear your natural hair in prison. So once you're out of prison, you do what you want to do, like wear your extensions and be a big girl that you are. Nobody was looking forward to wearing out their natural hair, including me, outside the four walls of prison, aka school. That's actually a problem. I want a situation where an extension is what it is, an extension. It's just, there, not for special occasions only, but for, if you just feel like putting your hair away, not necessarily it being the symbol of being grown or less childish or seriousness or respect. Your natural hair should actually be that thing that you've put on extensions, if that makes any sense. Pretty sure that a lot of us didn't wear our natural hair out, not because a lot of us still wore our natural hair out. I wore my natural hair out, and by natural hair I meant my relaxed hair. Even the term natural hair is something else, but that's a topic for another day. I wore my relaxed hair out, my hair out a couple of times, or most times in uni actually, because I was broke.
Just kidding, just kidding.
Let me tell you, with the mentality I had that time, if I had the money, right, in university, this was year one, if I had the money to spend on extensions in university, I would 100% not wear my hair out. Because me wearing my hair out was because it was acceptably long. That's why I put acceptably for a reason. It was acceptably long. Yeah, it was acceptable to an extent. But I'm pretty sure that there were whispers or there were talks where it's like, oh, he doesn't have money to buy wig. It wasn't aimed at me directly. It was just something that I'm pretty sure has crossed a couple of people's mind or crossed a couple of people's mind because that was the mindset that was being operated on. And also, braids, wigs were a sign of growth. This university, that was a sign of next step. I had made statements like I would never wear out my cornrow in uni because I was tired of my hair. Not tired of my hair, just tired of being perceived as somebody that wore out their hair. If that makes any sense. There was nothing wrong with my hair, but peer pressure would do you one. That's like the evolution of how my hair became to be. And after university, I went a couple of years. Sorry, I didn't go a couple of years. After university, I had my big chop the next year. So I finished my university in 2019. And then in 2020 I had a big chop and went natural. So this decision wasn't, it was more of exploring, like I mentioned in the former video or in the last video. It was more of an exploration. It wasn't like it wasn't to make a statement. It was more like me exploring what it would feel like to have natural hair, because I had never really had natural hair in my life. Pretty much I've always been relaxed. It was something that I just wanted to explore. In the midst of exploring this type of hair, I started to fall in love with it. And when you start to fall in love with something, you start to research and you start to understand some aspect of this community that you've joined. So that was kind of where my natural hair stemmed from, or the natural hair journey started. With all this being said, I think that natural hair in general is not childish for me, obviously, but in the grand scheme of things, it is seen as childish. It is being normalized as something that is not acceptable. If you wear out your natural hair, somebody won't walk up to you and tell you that you look like a baby. Please don't wear your natural hair out again. Even if our sister has told us before, but
Natural hair is good for church, bro.
when we are listening to it, we shouldn't listen to that. So let's conclude this video. My point is that there are some things that have been normalized but are not normal. And one of those things are classifying extensions as the grown-up thing to do with your hair as opposed to wearing your natural hair out. And it's actually a problem if we're really being honest. And also, I'm not ignorant. I know that there are acceptable natural hair, while the Caucasian hair or straight, bone straight hair is the widely acceptable hair type or the kind of hair that is superior to all. I still think that there are some natural hair that are more acceptable, and I know 4C to be below that food chain. Hair like mine is somewhat acceptable. Somewhat acceptable. It's kind of seen as childish, but not too childish. Those are the ideal hair that is widely acceptable in the black community as pretty hair or good hair, but we're not going to get into that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a huge thumbs up and make sure you like and subscribe and comment. I'll see you guys in the next one, and wear your hair out. Okay, bye.